Good enough. Good enough. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. XOXO Sheba here. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you're an OG subscriber, what's good? Welcome back. So this unit that I have on today is from Hurela Hair. This is my second unit that I'm trying from them, and it's another banger. I was a fan of the straight wig that they sent me last time, and I'm a fan of this water wave one as well. It's a Balayage FB 130. Is it FB 130? FB 30 color, so you know it's got those highlight streaks in it. Well, it's more of a low light streak actually. It is a 13x4 lace frontal unit, and I do have mine in 24 inches, so it comes down pretty long. I like my curlier units to have a longer length because, you know, it sits a little higher up than it actually is. The density is 150%, which is what you need if it's water wave, because water wave don't need a whole lot of density. I really didn't have to do much with this unit, like at all. All I did was add a little bit of layerage to the front. So if you want to see how I installed and styled this unit, keep on watching, y'all. So we're gonna start off by doing this bald cap right here. I know some people don't like the bald cap, but honestly, it's gonna give you the best install overall when it comes to in person. Things be looking a little different on camera than they, you know, might look in real life. So I do suggest the bald cap or using that clay stuff from Perfect Line. That's also another alternative if you don't want to do the bald cap, but we doing one today. So how about I forgot to cut off the ear part? I always do this. I always forget to cut out the little holes for the ears. This didn't come long enough for me to like pull it over my eyes. Plus, as you can see, I got lashes done, so I wasn't trying to like crush them or nothing with this, you know, cap over my eyes. Went a little too far down my forehead. That's gonna cause me problems. It's fine. Like, I like to keep it up around here, but it's all down here, like, and it's actually not even enough right here where I need it. Okay. I went back to just using the freeze spray because obviously I re-upped on some freeze spray finally. No more gel for this. And I like this all the way better just to use just freeze spray. It makes it like a really seamless bald cap that way. So I'm gonna dry it with the blow dryer real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and we can tint the cap and all that. Hope you're responsible. I'm not just hit back. If I let this go, you can move right onto my love. I hope you're responsible. Alright, so now that the cap is dry, I'm just tinting the cap with my foundation. I saw people on TikTok doing this first, so I was like, let me try doing this first. Also, if you see brushes flying, this thing is shedding like crazy. I need a new one. It's all bad. But I guess this makes sense though, because like I can get it all seamlessly over the cap without getting it too much on my skin. So I don't know, I guess it makes sense. We'll see. Alright, so I done partially cut off the cap already for TikTok. Listen, I have to break up the content, y'all, okay? So, I mean, y'all know the drill already of what it is on here. Y'all know how to cut off these caps a million times over, so y'all be alright. But yeah, I'm just cutting off the cap and the excess, and I'm getting it all up on my hairline. I represent the little forehead gang, so, you know, I like to get it all very up close as far as I can. I don't have no forehead real estate to be playing any games with these wigs. You'd be surprised how easy it is to not cut your hair doing this. You'd think you'd have to worry about it, but like only around here when my hair is a little bit longer and I always cut the cap too high do I worry about that. But other than that, like, I don't be too worried about actually accidentally cutting my hair. So I don't think that, you know, it's a big deal on whether you put the foundation on or after, but I will say I see where they're going, because if I'd have put it on after, then I probably would have got it on my forehead, which would have made it harder for my wig to stick down. Just this big old hole in my cap. Never fails every time, one of these ears. At least I ain't got no rents in my cap though. It's a good day. So here is the hair. I just bleached the knots, plucked it, and you know, I had to wash it and everything. It's water wave. It's got the highlights in it. I love like a highlighted wig. I don't know if I've ever done this in water wave. I've done a few highlighted wigs, but water wave I don't know about yet. But yeah, so this is what the inside looks like. It's 13x4. Got your clips and everything in it. It's pretty much a normal, you know, cap construction. And then, like I said, I did pluck it already. It came a little bit pre-plucked, but you're gonna wanna pluck it. It's still a little damp, but I'm gonna, you know, put this on and install it anyway, because I was gonna wet it regardless. It's water wave. So I'm actually not mad at this fit. I think I'm gonna be able to get it all the way on without having to do too much. Yeah, I think we might have a winner here without me having to really manipulate the wig. It's like, ideally, I know I just pushed it back just a tad, but like that's ideally where I like my wigs to sit. But if I put it there, then it don't fully cover my cap, and that's a problem. I do want to figure that out though before I install this, because once I install it, I can't really go back and cut more lace off because it's glued down. Nah, I'm seeing even if I were to pull this up to my eyebrows, it's not gonna fully cover me like I need it to. So it looks like this is gonna be a handy dandy job for cutting in the back so I can pull it forward. You do this, you wanna get like, I wouldn't cut the elastic band because you might need it for extra help. But you wanna get clean between a track. You don't wanna cut at the hair. And you don't need to go that far. See how that's gonna give me a little extra pull? That's all I want. That little tweak got me where I needed to be now. It pulls just enough. Not too much farther, but just enough over my wig cap where it's right on my hairline on both sides. I did cut the other side too as well off camera, so that way it like gave me more room behind my ears. And I could just sit my wig comfortably on my head now without having to pull it all the way down here. So I'm in the mood for another like full out lace glue install. So I'm using my Kiss glue again with the precision tip. I'm not looking at y'all because I'm looking in my mirror trying to do this. The precision tip is just everything. Cause that be my problem with like lace glues is it gets so messy. I am gonna try to like I'm gonna wait to do this part because I don't have any cap covering my hair and I'm not trying to get this glue all up in my hair. We're not gonna play those games. I'm just gonna smooth it out. I mean, y'all see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna, you know, do the glue layers. I'll let y'all see that and then I'll come back.
If I let this go, you can't tell nobody. I'm talking about nobody. I hope you're responsible.
I pull the glue up like when I'm spreading it because, you know, I don't want to have to pull the wig too far up on my hairline. So my preference is to, you know, spread it back than to spread it too far forward. Also, if you're gonna use actual glue, make sure each layer is like pretty clear before you go in with the next layer. I use more on this side than this side. We'll be all right. I know some people be wondering like, does glue take your edges out? And it can, but that's some people who be ripping these things off when they're done. Like you can't just rip these things off. I see it all the time and I cringe. And it's like, yo, you waxing your edges pretty much. Like you have to remove it. Even when I use like a glue remover, I still like mix it with a little bit of oil in there and massage it off my head so that way my edges stay intact. Y'all see my hairline? I got a really thick full hairline. I've been wearing wigs for like 4 years. But I also don't use lace glue often, and that also plays a part too because got to be and stuff really like, again, if you pull it off, you know, you're gonna run into some issues. But with got to be, it's still like water soluble for the most part, so it still comes up easier. And y'all know for a fact, like I mostly use got to be for my installs. So I think that probably plays a role in it too, but you have to be like extra careful if you're the type of person to use lace glue all the time. It's a little bit much more than I wanted, but we'll be all right. It's fine. Work it out. So that's the last layer I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let that get a little clear and tacky, and then I'm gonna pull the wig down.
I hope you're responsible.
So for some reason, it's looking a little weird right in here. So I don't know if a little like clear product like the free spray will fix that maybe. We gonna find out. And we fit in my edges, so all it, ooh, this is a little lopsided. Yeah, I put this on a little bit lopsided, but it's not the end of the world. It's fine. So one thing I've learned is to section out my baby hairs before I want to pluck the unit. One, so that way you have enough of it to use. And two, when you're about to lay the wig, like right now, section them out going downwards so they'll be ready for you. I'm actually gonna blow dry this a little bit. Okay, let's see if this dried right, because it was not looking too good when I put this scarf on. Hopefully it dried right. Good enough, good enough. I'll go over it with a little remover if I got to. So move these hairs out the way so I can cut this lace. Oh y'all, I totally forgot to tint the lace before I did this. Oh well, It looks like the lace matches up to me pretty well. It was already brown lace, so that worked out. But normally I would prefer to tint the lace before I put this on, give it that seamless look. I can always put a little makeup over it when we're done. Trying to make sure I get all these little lace pieces all the way off the hairline, because when them lace pieces is showing, it's definitely exposing you for wearing a wig. I know I say that all the time, but just in case you're new here, like, we get all of the lace off the front of our wig all the way up to the hairline. We don't play those games. Also, y'all know the rules. You cut jagged, you do not cut straight across. I'm not really feeling like this excess that seems to be right on my forehead, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this remover. It's also Kiss. I'm gonna dab it because it, like, a little bit goes a long way, like it foams. And I'm just gonna see if I can, like, scrub it up just a little bit. Okay, much better. Okay, yeah, that did the trick for me because it was looking a little shiny in there, like there was too much product. I look wild right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into adding these baby hairs. I'm just gonna do my little 2 side pieces like I normally do. We're not gonna get extra because it don't work for me. That's just not for me. I try to, like, line up the baby hairs with the arch of my eyebrows on both sides so I can get them pretty even. Normally I would want to at least, like, take a hot comb through these and straighten them out or flat iron them, but I didn't plug anything in, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, you know, just the way it is. It's water wave hair, so I'm not too worried about it. Water wave hair is just a little wavy. It's not the curliest thing ever. The foam I'm using is this curly hair mousse from Pantene. It's, like, really heavy, so I know it's gonna work well. Well, I saw it work well on my baby hairs last time I did a wig. So that's what I've been using. I think these are actually still too long. Clearly they're still too long. How smooth, how smooth. This is about to fall off my hand. And my wig's starting to come up. The thing with, like, using mousse and stuff is that it'll start to take your wig up, you know, if you use it, like, right after you install your wig. So you gotta move fast. So I'm adding a little bit on the side, well, a lot of it kind of on the sides. Now that I have this on for just thick hairline's sake, because I don't want it to be this full, I'm just gonna pluck from the back a little bit, just to make it a little less dense. Not from the front of the hairline, not from the front at all, because I don't want that any less, you know, the way it is. But from the back, I'm just gonna pluck a little more. I want some more, like, you know, peek throughs of scalp in there. Make it look a little more natural. There we go. Now that we got the baby hairs together, and I did a pretty good job, I'm gonna, like, spray these side parts right here so they'll lay down where it just doesn't come up a little far enough. These little extra bits. And then I'm gonna tie the scarf back on and we can do my edges. I mean, not my edges, we just did my edges. We can style the wig. I'm gonna hit this too because we did go over it. And I want these to stay in place. I'm not gonna use too much. Ooh, I already used too much. I wasn't planning on using too much for this part because I don't want it to be, like, too, you know, just, like, hard looking. But, you know, I do want them to stay in place. But the real decision here is, do I want a middle part or a side part? I don't know, this is giving me middle part vibes. Like, yeah. Plus I already parted my baby hair for this to be in the middle anyway, so what's done is done. Yo, I'm loving this color. This is so pretty. I know, like, I covered the front with the scarf, but I'm gonna part it as much as I can right now. This is, like, my favorite curl pattern for vacations, especially, like, my friend, she wore this curl pattern, but in a weave, and it blended, it stayed blended with her hair so well. She had to keep putting heat on it. She could just, like, scrunch it and diffuse it. So this is a great texture, you know, wig or weave, don't really matter. If you wanna go on vacation with it, like, it's like giving you all the curl vibes, but it makes your life easy because it's not as hard to manage. Now, I will mention I did get a little bit of shedding when I bleached the knots. Now, I don't know if that was something from the bleach or not, or if that was just cause, but I did see a little bit of abnormal shedding amount when I did this, but that was after I bleached the knots, so it could have been for that reason. But so far, post like bleaching and everything, it's been fine. A little bit of strands here and there, but that is normal. I took a little snack break. I watched Manifest. Have y'all seen that? I'm mad I never noticed that show was like on TV when it was on TV. And now I'm mad that it's canceled because I'm on season 1 and like straight out the gate, that show is so good. Like, oh my goodness. But let me just say this. Listen, I don't care if I died and come back to life or not. If I come back and I find out that my best friend is married to my fiance, everybody gotta die. Like, that's just what's happening. Like, that's wild to me because I feel like if you my best friend, then you know, even from the grave, that wouldn't fly. But I guess, you know, it's just a show and some people built different, but nah, never would I memorialize my friend by marrying her fiance. You know, just either way around. Like, that had me hot. Got the nerve to be right on her Facebook wall talking about some hope you bless this union. No, I don't. But I guess. So I'm just gonna set this part and use a little bit of my wax stick, set this in place. This is definitely a middle part vibe. But I mean, it's a frontal, so you can do it in the side part if that's what you prefer. And with this hot comb, because this is curly hair, I'm trying to like test it. I don't like to go down too far, you know, because you don't want to take out too much of the curl, but you want it to lay on your head. The density on water waves usually not too thick, so it doesn't take a whole lot of the wax to get it right. It'd probably take a little bit more if you were doing a side part, I would think, because you really want that slick side, but middle part, eh. This is actually very easy to like slick down. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of layerage into it. I'm gonna try that like little, what do they call it, the wolf thing? I don't know, but I'm gonna try that. Like long though, because I don't want to do too much. So take this, hope y'all can see because I can't, and I'm just gonna cut going down. Yeah, that's like making this kind of sit how I want it to sit in the front a whole lot better. So I'm gonna take a little more of my curly mousse and use it for what it's for. Dropped it to define these curls because I let it air dry, but I did not put any like water in it or nothing. I mean, well, it had water in it. I didn't put any products in it when I was letting it air dry. And like, I like this big, but I definitely wanted to have like some definition. Like, I don't want it to be super big and undefined. So having this on here has allowed it to grow, you know, once it dries. I am messy, and then, you know, it'll get big and I'll have some defined curls. Make sure you get them ends. Don't forget about the ends. See the difference? Like, I like the big volume poofiness of it all over here, but I need, you know, I need it to dry with a little definition. I picked this mousse up at the grocery store on a whim because it was on sale, and it was a great move because I love it. I love how easy it is to define some water wave. It's like super simple. I'm gonna attempt to use my little root cover up thing again in the part to add some definition. I tried this before. You know how they stick like the part in here and then they spray it, but it really didn't work for me too well, so I'm gonna try just a little bit from a distance to see what happens. I did all right with it, but I'm gonna clean it up with a little concealer. I'm also gonna put some foundation right on the lace. You don't want to put a whole lot of foundation on your lace, and normally if I did my lace tint, I wouldn't do this at all. You really want like the kind of just the stuff that's left on your brush amount. And listen, I tried y'all with the spray, but I'm gonna have to just take my eyebrow pencil / lip pencil and just fill it in with some hair strokes. If you can't use the spray like me, maybe you don't have the most steady hand, this is a good alternative to that. Okay, y'all, so this is the final look. I am loving this unit so much. It came out so nice. I love a good water wave. It's just, it's everything. Like I said, y'all, it's a perfect vacation look. So, you know, if you need something, you know, it's still summertime, even though it's like the end of July already. But, you know, it's still summertime. If you got a vacation you're going on, this is a great unit to have. It's got a little, you know, pizzazz in it because it's got the highlights and stuff. Yeah, I'm really feeling this unit. If you're interested, of course, all the details will be down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.